What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. We're going to make this video relatively quick. I hope everybody is having a lovely Friday, and I hope everyone is prepared to have a lovely weekend. We have an exciting week next week, and that is what we're going to be preparing today. All in all, guys, we have had an extremely volatile day here. We had a holy Jesus, the day traders playground right here. 2% move to the downside, 2% move to the upside, probably 3% move to the downside, almost 3% move to the downside. And off lows right now, we're going on a 2% move. And absolutely insane. All right. And if anybody wants to catch these things, I'm going to show you exactly how you can right now. Got that right there. Oh, look at that. Coincidence. All of these were marked with divergences. You had that one, and then you also had this one. And you got the exact bottom there. That top that was not marked by a divergence. I cannot say that. But what do we have right here? We have another divergence going on right here. Oh, what do we have right here? We have a bearish divergence that has been forming all the way back here, guys. The market gods are still here in full force. Now, we're going to be talking about that in today's video briefly. All right. But first, we're going to jump into the technical setup. What are we rocking with today? Now, I actually will also say before we start this, guys, I do apologize for not uploading a video last night or yesterday. I had no time. I would have had to record the video, come home at like 10:30 and record the video then. But also keep in mind, those Webull updates, they really do take me half an hour to an hour and a half each and every time, guaranteed without fail. You guys see how much information is in those. There's no denying that. I will be bringing those to Twitter because honestly, I don't find other updates that are just jam-packed with every single factor on the table. Like I can almost guarantee on Twitter, those updates would blow up. All right, Webull. Told you guys how it is the other day. I realized, like, hey, dude, you're never going to be able to monetize Webull. You will never really get anything out of it. It is literally a public service that you are doing to people, which, guys, I am here for it. All right. I will be doing said public service for, honestly, from nothing changes from right now. Guys, I will be doing this for the next 1 to 2 years. All right. I will literally be doing this every single day for you guys because in the end, guys, I will be rich. Okay. I saw a. It was a short from Alex Hormozy, and it went a little something like this. Everyone wants to be a millionaire, but nobody wants to do what it takes to become said millionaire. Well, if everyone just put their wants and hopes and dreams on hold, complete hold for 5 years, everyone would be a millionaire. And that clicked with me, guys. All I have to do is provide value for 5 years. Boom. Then guaranteed I'm a millionaire. And all in all, guys, I can actually guarantee that's exactly how it works. That's all I'm trying to do here on this channel. All right, that's all I'm trying to do over on Webull. That is what I will be doing on Twitter, and I guarantee a following will be coming out of it. You guys do see, like here, we are picking up some steam here on YouTube. It's not the most steam, but it's some steam. All right. And all in all, guys, I don't really care if I ever have to sell you guys anything to get rich. This skill set is what I'm trying to hone in on. I am really just trying to strengthen the skill set each and every day. Okay, these are literally my reps. And guys, they're all documented. So, I mean, like whatever path is open for me or whatever path I choose down the road, this is how I am opening all those paths. Okay. And yeah. All right. So let's get into the TA. And yeah, let's get right into the TA. All right. So starting with the daily time frame, we do have your CCI giving you the buy signal. You have your stochastic crossing up there, and you have your RSI hinging upward. All right, you have over on SPY. Now, guys, what did I say, guys, about the 45 and 55 line on your RSI? Boom. That is where your momentum starts kicking in from one side to the other, okay? You get under there. That is where bears are taking more control over the bulls. You get over 55. That is where the bulls are taking control. All right. Where did we stop, guys? We stopped at 45.82. This is literally a very, very common turning point for our RSI up here is around that middle range right there. But yeah, bulls are stepping back in. But keep in mind, guys, these are artificial bulls. Okay, these are like, I'm just saying, with the news we got the other day, which we are going to be covering this, there are 3 pieces, if I can remember off the top of my head. There are 3 key pieces of information that we got yesterday from Mr. Powell. Or I guess these are opinions because they did come from Mr. Powell. It's no data points. But he's speaking about data points, so maybe it is information. But either way, we got 3 things that suggest, guys, these all 3 of these things suggest we're going down and breaking lows. They all do. Like, it is pretty much destined to happen. And it really is only a matter of time. All right. And once midterms, we're going to put that on a chart real quick. We have it on the 8th. We have midterms. And once those are over, guys, I can almost guarantee the market god that has been pretty much just making technicals just fly out the window. Well, on some time frames. I told you guys, the 4 hour and 1 hour really have done me so freaking good. They really have, dude. Like, so good. I cannot deny it. Like, this straight up, guys, this is like continuously giving us the inside scoop here. Is the 1 hour and 4 hour time frame divergences. All right. It, like, call it stupid all you want, call it silly, call me a clown. I don't care. You know why? This dude, it works so often, dude. Like, not so often. It like pretty much always works, which is like, I mean, nothing always works, but holy crap. The vast majority of these bottoms and tops are marked with divergences on the 4 hour and 1 hour time frame. And we do have one queuing up right here, right now on Mr. SPY. All right. So we do have a long-legged doji to the, like, with the downside wick being the long leg right there, which to me, that does signal that, hey guys, buyers is trying to step in. And I mean, in my personal opinion, we are likely to be rallying going into midterms. And there we are probably going to see the rug pull commence after that. But I mean, it can continue. All right, we can continue to rise. Like, say we get to midterms and the oscillators are over here. So your oscillators are right here. Well, who says we don't form this bearish divergence right there and maybe come back up here and make that high? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no crystal ball, okay? A lot of what we do here on the channel is talk about different scenarios just so, like, hey, if this one happens, we're ready. If that one happens, we know what comes next. All right. But straight up, guys, you are rallying. It currently, you have declining volume. It's currently 3:20 p.m. at the time of this video, EST, Eastern Standard Time. So, you know, end of the day, volume spike did not come in yet, but I will say right now, you had VIX closing red yesterday with SPY red, which gave it an 85% probability of having a green day with the next 2 trading sessions on S&P 500. We got that today. That means we are free to fall tomorrow, but I don't think, or not tomorrow, on Monday. I don't think it's going to be happening though. We do have midterms right here. Actually, that is the wrong date right there. It needs to be over here. Over here. But look at this. This actually is pretty cool, guys. We are literally breaking and retesting here in between resistances. And this is why I was saying we have a very nice setup. I don't remember which update it was, but it was within the last week. We had such a sexy setup with what we were rocking with here. Actually, maybe it was over here. It was either here or here. I was calling for further upside. Don't remember which one. But yeah, guys, by the way, guys, we were talking about a rug pull pending on QQQ. I told you guys, literally back on this candle right here. And guys, go fact check me, okay? It was either this one or this one. And I'm pretty positive it was this one. I told you guys, QQQ looked like it was ready to fall off a cliff or jump off a cliff. Whatever I said, guys, it was ready to jump off a cliff. What happened, guys? What happened? All right. If I mention here, which I'm pretty sure was this first bearish engulfing candle, and that's when I ended up doing that. Because look, you had this quadruple bearish divergence going on there, or triple, whatever you want to call it there. But if you got in the next day at open, dude, holy sweet baby Jesus, that's a $20 move in 7 4-hour candlesticks. That's 2 days, $20 down, guys. Massive gains to be made. Oh, by the way, guys, I did take these puts, and it is strictly because that's why I got them up right here. And we can add DIA right here. And just so you guys know, anybody new here, guys, these are all ETFs. Like, literally all of them are ETFs. They aren't the actual underlying asset, but they track it. All right. And they're what most of us are going to be trading. Anybody who's trading SPX, you need a lot of money. I will guarantee be trading SPX eventually. But for the time being, yeah, I mean, SPY is my baby, QQQ is my baby, VIX is my baby. I don't really trade IWM and DIA, but I see a better opportunity here on IWM and SPY than I do on QQQ, which is why I took it. Now, here's why. All right, look where we are. Come over to QQQ. Look where we are. You have so much room to run to the upside here. So much room. And honestly, QQQ is volatile as hell, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see these oscillators come all the way back up here with the next 2 trading sessions. But you come over to SPY, look, you're in this middle area. You come over to IWM, you're not even in this middle area on your CCI. All right. Clear as day, all the indices had this same exact bearish divergence going on right here. on their daily time frames, which is why, guys, when we come down, guys, when we come down, and we are likely going to be breaking these lows, at least on QQ SPY. I don't know if you're gonna double bottom there, but I don't know if you noticed, but we are what is that? That's $8 off the lows right now, $8 to $9 off the lows. Wowza, that's all I could say right there. We came $5 off the lows, guys. That is your rug pull. That is QQ jumping off a cliff. But yeah, this is what I'm saying, guys. IWM has like a lot more room to fall. All right, IWM and SPY. It's either or. All right, it's not one or the other. It's either or. But I do believe IWM, or not. I do believe the IWM options. You could just get more time on them for so much cheaper. So I do believe I have the December 30 165 strikes on IWM. I don't remember how much they were. I want to say they were around $500 a pop. Maybe they were a little cheaper. And that's what I was saying. You could buy so much more time on IWM than SPY for so much cheaper. So much cheaper. So, I mean, I'm going to be testing this out. I've tested out DIA in the past, and I did not like the lack of liquidity in the options option chain that I saw there. So we're not going to be trading DIA, but I am going to be trying IWM. But don't get it twisted. I still have my December 16 QQ puts. They are still down like 20, probably around 25% right now. And I will be adding more, guys. So I took profits on the November 18 puts. And guys, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it because I didn't get to record the video yet, but I'm going to hit this for all of us who took this. There you go. Easy. FOMC strangle, baby. Friday's expiration. One side, put side, ran all the way to $1,000 per contract. And guess what? Your boy got the sell for $800 per contract, guys. So we're going to go over the numbers right here real quick. We're going to continue the technicals after that, but we're going to go over the numbers because I have an ADHD brain and I forget things. So we gotta work with what we got. All right. So guys, let's say you have $1,000 and $1,000, okay? You buy 5 contracts in each side for 200. So you have 5 contracts of puts, 5 contracts of your calls. All right. So on that specific expiration, we are using the 280s and the 280 calls and the 270 puts for QQ. Obviously, you guys see what happened there. Our puts went way in the money, like so beyond in the money here. But yeah, guys, that's like the whole idea of the strangle is like one side will get demolished, the other side will print. All right. And there are several ways to play a strangle. And honestly, like that is just, it was frustrating to me to know that like, hey, up here, my calls were up over 100%. They were up over 100%, probably like 130 or something percent. And then, you know, then I saw them absolutely go to literally $1 each very quickly. So it is conflicting. The strangle is conflicting if you are not willing to do what I did. But at the same time, there's also ways to play this strategically. Like you could have sold calls up there and rode the puts down. But at the same time, like I am trying to come up with a method where I can literally buy something because I know a volatile event will push you past one side. All right, so either that 270 or 280 mark. And I just want to have to do nothing. And that is what finally happened, guys. We finally did it. All right. So you have $200 are the price of contracts on each side. You have 5 of them. And now let's say your contracts, your put contracts go to 400 and your call contracts go to 0. Now you're at break even. Well, what happens when your put contracts go to 600? Now you're up 50% on the overall strangle. Your $2,000 has resulted you an extra $1,000. You're up to $3,000. What happens if you go to $800 on the put side? You now have 100% gain on your hands. And there you go. There's the money printer. That is all I was after. I was after that 100% gain. I got to sell it open for $800 per contract, and that was yesterday. And then guess what, dude? You literally could have waited, and the contracts went to $10. What is that then, guys? That is 150% gains, if I'm doing the math correctly, on the overall strangle. Holy crap, guys. All I want is the 50 to 100% money printer every single month for the rest of my life. That is what I'm going after, all right? So I tested out that strangle. And then I also tested out a week after with next week's expiration. And I went less heavy on that one. I didn't go heavy on either of them. I only got a few contracts each. But then you got the next week's expiration. And that also worked, guys. It also worked. I will say right now, it did not work nearly as well as the other one, but it just wasn't as risky. and I was able to cut the puts, and then I was able to hold the calls where they were down 70%, I believe, or it was down 80%, and then I was able to ride the calls back up to being not down that much. And yeah, it ended up all I'm saying, guys, is it worked out. All right, both strangles worked out. Both, I will be using both styles of strangles moving forward on every single news event, guys. We do have a news event coming up. We got CPI coming up very shortly, and I am very excited about that. We did have non-farm payrolls today, and that is they came in hot. They came in at 260,000 versus the expected. I think it was either 250 or 200,000. If it was 200,000, that's a humongous miss. Either way, they came in hot last month. They came in hot this month. Which, what does that tell us, guys? That tells us that, hey, the U.S. economy can handle higher rate hikes. What does that tell the Fed? The U.S. economy can handle higher rate hikes. We had that GDP print. Oh, boom, that came in guns blazing. Again, another factor that signals to the Fed that the U.S. economy can handle higher rate hikes. All right, so let's currently talk about. Let's finish up with the technicals, and then we will talk about the last thing we need to talk about, which is, hey, guys, next week. All right. So we started off with, guys, I do have ADHD. All right. I do have a forgetful mind. All right. But I try and do my best here with covering all of my bases here. And I think we went over the daily time frame. Either way, if not, we will quickly run over it. You have your stochastic crossing up right there. You got your CCI going up over the buy line. SPY, you have the same exact thing happening, except you did not reach the oversold territory on your oscillator. Oh, look at that. Turn at 45, guys. We talk about the 45 and 55 mark on the RSI all the time. And then we can go over IWM and DIA. You have the same exact setup as SPY up here. DIA, again, it's the same exact setup, guys. I'm just letting you know. DIA did end up coming up here. We can add to the indicator, go over here, moving average. And IWM actually did a similar thing here as well. We come over here to the 200. Come up here, right there. Look what happened. So this is actually, it was on this candle. That's when I gave my warning sign on one of my videos. It was like, guys, this is exactly what happened last time. Come over to IWM. You just missed it. Now, are we going to rally back up to it? I don't know. But if we do end up coming back up to the highs, I will be watching the 200 weekly MA on IWM and DIA. SPY and QQ, I'm not going to put it up right here, but I'll be watching the 50 and 100 MA if we do end up rallying, which I do think we are going to end up rallying into midterms. We have 2 trading sessions between now and then, including that day. So technically only 1 in between now and then. And honestly, guys, there's a very solid shot the market gods bring you up into that day. If they've been doing this, what they've been doing this whole time, there's a very solid shot that they do bring you up into that day. And we do start seeing market gods take a complete step back after that. And I am very much so excited for that, because before the market gods stepped in, guys, we were on such a massive winning streak. Like, it was months on end. We had nailed all of this, not back here. We had nailed all this price action right here. And then we get to over here. And it was just a giant fuck you, Henry. Like, literally just there's no describing it. It was just literally like, okay, you got a technical weekly warning crash signal that only pops up right before the crashes, and then boom, market gods completely flipped it on you. This time was completely different. But hey, I was warned, and the mistake was completely mine, so I can't argue with it. You do have a hangman candlestick, but it does not I don't know how to fix this whole training view thing, but I will be working on that. This is supposed to be a red candle. All right. So it doesn't have the exact buyer and seller psychology as the hangman, but maybe it will perform the same, which is bullish continuation. Honestly, with how our oscillators are, our daily oscillators, I am hinting towards that as well. I'm leaning towards that as well. Also with the thing I just mentioned about midterms. Now, I will say right now, we do have a perfect setup here for a break. Or not a break and retest, or just a retest, and you bounce off of it and you start heading back up here. But what I will say is your RSI, your CCI has room open to form that bullish divergence. We've seen them form plenty of times. Back here, we had it back here, and look at that. We did form the larger bullish divergence right there, because you had it going like that. And that's what I'm saying. We can end up seeing that pop here. But all in all, it does look like it is going to be coming back down and doing that. But again, like midterm election guys are on the 8th. Got one trading session between there. It is highly likely that it goes a certain way. All right, which is rallying into midterms and then coming down after midterms. All right. At the same time, you got your hourly bullish divergence, or it was popping up over here, and it did end up playing out. But guys, this is really just like continuous proof of concept here for why we use our bullish divergences, because they just work, or bullish and bearish divergences in general. They work so freaking well. It's ridiculous. Now the last thing I will want to talk about right here is the weekly time frame, guys. You have your stochastic crossing down here. All right. Got your RSI hinging down there. You have the same exact picture on IWM, same exact picture on DIA, QQQ. Except SPY, again, it's got more room to fall here. Okay, that is what I mentioned last night in the Webull update, which is SPY is $20 above its lows. Now it's more than $20 above its lows, $25 above its lows, while QQQ is like still only, what is this? $9 above its lows. So very much so, SPY has more room to fall, which is why like I am favoring SPY and IWM options over QQQ. All right. So let's talk about fundamental reasons that we were exposed to yesterday. Or no, 2 days ago, on why, like, guys, we were told the market is heading lower pretty much. And that's how I took it. You don't have to take it that way, but this is the channel and these are my interpretations. All right, guys. So Powell had one like dovish comment. It was consumed by a very hawkish comment. So we're going to go over, there's 3 factors that I believe are pointing towards you going back down to lows. I'm going to try and remember these on the spot. I included them yesterday in yesterday's Webull update, so if you want, just go look at them over there. But number 1, guys, federal funds terminal rate, guys, it is guaranteed going to be above what the market is priced in. What does that mean, guys? We're going back down to lows. All right, let me actually look at my Webull update, because again, I do have a botched memory. All right, I do have ADHD, and guaranteed I always forget things. Guaranteed. Let's see, dude. Let's see. Hang on. Okay. All right. All right. Powell to the market that there have been no signs that inflation is letting up. Guys, he literally said there are no signs that inflation is letting up. What does that mean, guys? Again, further rate hikes, further lows. All right. Let's go. Powell told the market that there's no bull case for the foreseeable future. All right. So when I said that, he didn't exactly say that, but what he did say is there's not really a case to suggest that we are over tightening, which means, dude, the pivot is off the table for the time being. Which there we go. Oh, alarm is going off. I don't even. Oh, I must hit my tile in my pocket. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, guys, there you go. That is number, did we just go over 3 or did we go over 2? I kind of just listed them off here in the update. Oh, and then Powell then also told us there really isn't an argument for them to stop hiking. Yeah, I guess that's the same exact thing. All right, yeah, and then Powell told the market that the terminal rate is going higher, and that does mean that we're going to be going lower. All right, so I don't know if that was 2 or 3 things. I have no idea. Again, I have ADHD. I have, botched memory. But all in all, guys, even if that is only 2 things there, we have 2 solid factors, fundamental factors suggesting, guys, we have to go lower. All right, like melt up is a thing. All right, but they just told us that, hey, the system is not showing signs that it's breaking yet. We are going to keep going. All right, and that honestly is what I will be leaving you off with. All right, guys, everybody have a lovely weekend. I don't think we talked about VIX at all, but I do want to point out that VIX does look like it can go a little bit lower here and form this triple bullish divergence going on right there. We'll be stemming all the way over there. Now, I also will show you guys this because I don't know if I did that in this video. I re-recorded this video, so I don't know if I mentioned this. But coming back all the way to 08, guys, all the way to 08, that was 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times since 08, VIX has gone down and reached where it is right now, 32 on its RSI. And all of those times were followed by volatility. Some of these times you had this, like, you traded flat, but either way, you did actually have a decent amount of spikes there. But all in all, you traded flat some of these times, but the vast majority of them marked these turning points for Mr. VIX here. And I mean, over here now, I will say this actually kind of looks like what we're rocking with right now, except VIX did not go that high at all. Been being manipulated, highly manipulated, because VIX really is just the options market. It just represents what's going on with calls and puts. And that's how dealers do the thing. Okay, they when they want the markets to be going up, they start selling puts and they start buying calls like crazy in the money calls. And what do? When they want it to go down, they do the exact opposite. They sell calls and buy puts, and that forces, that forces markets to go down. That's just how the options market works. This is literally just a vehicle of the options market. All right, and we can clearly see, guys, the VIX has been beaten down so freaking bad, even though SPY, or we'll say QQQ, is almost back down to lows. And SPY clearly did have these very bludgeon red days here, and VIX just didn't have any reaction at all. That's crazy to me. All right, guys, so I have no more time, but with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next video. Guys, I do think we are going to be rallying going into elections, and then I think a rug pull is back on the table. And I do think, I believe I mentioned it, I do think we're going to be ending up heading down into this box right here, guys. These are next two levels. I have this thing. I have levels right here, and I could flip them on and off. And straight up, guys, once you lose where we already stopped right here, once you lose that, guys, this gap fill is your next stop. So I do think that will get hit. Oh, I took something off right there. There we go. But all in all, that is it. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.